Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Pits of Motor Chaos. This is your host, Dave. I got a line special guest, Mike Charlton. How's it going, Mike?
It's going pretty good, Dave. Starting to warm up here in Cleveland.
Yeah, it's chilly up here, too. It's like in the 30s.
We're about 45. We're getting up there.
So how's that motorcycle coming along?
Actually, I just got the one part I was waiting for the clutch. Just arrived in the mail yesterday, so we're going to try to get it to move here in a couple of weeks. See what happens.
So how long have you been building that bike now?
It took 2 years to build it. Every night after work for 2 years, and we finally got it together.
So it's injected on Nitro, huh?
That's what we're going to run. I've never ran Nitro all the time I've raced, and I want to try it one time before I leave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So why not put it in two motors at once?
Yep. It looks awesome though with that Pennywise picture on there.
Oh, that was done by a friend of mine, Jerome Boris. He's probably one of the best airbrushers in the country. The guy's amazing, really amazing.
Yeah, then like I told you in the messaging, you got the Pennywise hair.
And you ain't the first guy that said that to me.
Just put that makeup on, man.
That might be a stretch, but I got the hair.
I mean, just for take some promo pictures.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Might be pretty scary looking though. Scare people off. The kids will go look at the picture. Go, oh my god.
That's him. Right. That'd be funny.
Make those pictures with the makeup on your hero cards when you pass them out.
Right. That's a good idea.
Yeah, the kids can get them autographed. So what's the plans to get that bike out? When are you hoping to have it out by?
We'll probably try to do some testing in May. I live right by Thompson Drag Strip over here in Ohio. That's probably where I do a lot of testing at. There's three drag strips right by my house. We got Summit Motorsport, Dragway 42, and Thompson, all within an hour of my house. So we'll probably go to Thompson here. Do some tests. All
right, so now let's go back, Mike. Tell me about your history in drag racing.
Let me see. Well, when I was about 12 years old, my old man took me out to the drag strip, stopped by Cherry. I remember my first time I went there, it was the Coca-Cola Cavalcade of Stars. It was like a funny car troupe. It went around in the 70s. There's about 8 funny cars. They toured the country. And the first day I was there, as soon as I heard them run, I was bit, you know what I mean? I knew what I wanted to do. Just so much.
All right, so well, go on with your history. What'd you first start driving, all that good stuff?
Actually, I've done a lot of different things, like race. My father had a Volkswagen garage, so I actually, raced some dune buggies. Then we raced some stock cars, locally. Then I actually built a wheel-standing bug. It was one of the first things I built when I was much younger. And we just messed around a little bit at Thompson with that. We didn't go anywhere with it. And then, let's see, it took some time off. I had some issues. And the first really serious piece I built was the blown Chevy-powered bike Quasimodo. We toured all over the country, up in Canada. We went with that. And we built the American Thunder jet truck. Ran that for a long time. And now we're working on the Pennywise bike.
So how long did you drive jet for?
Probably about 7 or 8 years I drove that semi for. I would actually tour with the jet and the bike at the same time, which is kind of crazy. We'd run them both at certain events, There was a lot of work. There was a lot of fun, too.
So now you said you used to see like the eight touring funny cars. So who inspired you out of funny car drivers? Who was your inspiration?
I'm trying to think. That was called the Coca-Cola Cavalcade of Stars, and it toured around the country for. I remember Roger Lindemood.
No, yeah, Color Me Gone, right?
Color Me Gone, correct.
Yep.
And the names are escaping me. Who was the famous funny car driver who died? Jungle Pam. Jungle Jim Lieberman, he would run with that troupe sometimes. The names are escaping me at the moment. There were a lot of guys back then. Snowwoods and Cook, they had a funny car. They toured with them. But I be honest with you, when they brought the exhibition vehicles out, that's what I really got into, like the jet cars, Arfons, Shockleys, the wheel standers. Anything that was different, I liked.
Yeah, those were the good old days when you used to have like 2 wheel standers going on a track at once. Big field of wheel standers, big field of jet cars, big field of funny cars, dragsters.
I was born 20 years too late, you know what I mean? Or 10 years too late at least,
Yeah. I know Jimmy Brewer's grandson, Eric, he wants to do some kind of wheel standing thing. He's hoping to anyway, at least get a bunch of wheel standers together and do it like the old days, a big group of wheel standers.
Yeah. I'd go see it. You know what I mean? I know Jimmy Brewer a little bit. He's in Cleveland. I'm right outside of Cleveland. And I've actually been to a couple events with him. He's a cool guy. He's got to be 80 years old.
Oh, yeah.
Still wheel standing.
Then you got Richard Hutchins still going out there with the Chevy Rebellion.
Right. And these guys won't stop.
General Jerry Lee.
Yeah. Right. They should have the senior division of wheel standers.
Yeah.
Right, all them guys. They just do it because they love it,
Yeah.
Do it because they love it. It's hard to make money at it anymore. Back in the day, you could make a living running a wheel stander or a jet car. Now it's very difficult to do that.
Yeah, I get to see Richard over here by where I'm at Great Lakes Dragway all the time because he's got a lifelong contract at Great Lakes Dragway.
That's cool. Very cool.
Yeah, so
I've seen at Thompson a few times, and at 42.
Yeah, he's here 3 times a year. He's on Memorial Day weekend. Then the Night of Fire with the Jets, he comes here, and then he comes back Labor Day weekend.
Very cool. I've been up there at Wisconsin International a few times.
Yeah, WIR,
yep. Stock car track, and then there's a drag strip and a stock car track, if I remember, right next to each other.
Yeah, I've never been to WIR yet.
Oh, my God, you're that close, you got to get up there. It's a very cool place.
Yeah, I know they got that show every year where they got jet cars and stuff like that. I'll have to make it out there this year.
Yeah, I've been there. I was up there when Joe Dunnett, he's a jet car guy. He had a terrible accident up there. It's been a few years now. I was at that show. Yeah, it's a nice track, though.
Yeah.
The promoter's a real good guy. I can't remember his name. Maybe Ron owns that track.
Yeah, it's a tragedy what happened with Doug Rose last year.
Oh, my God. I actually had the honor of meeting him a couple times on the road. Actually, I ran into him at a gas station one time, and he had just gotten married again. So he was up in age at the time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was an amazing guy. I mean, to lose both your legs and be racing in 6 months, you know what I mean? It's crazy, crazy stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. He was king of the car burners.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. We did a lot of that with the semi. We did a number of car burns. And they were fun at the circle tracks. People loved that. Mayhem, destruction, fire, noise.
So now, before you started going down drag strips, did you do any of that illegal street racing at all?
Not too much, because I got in trouble without racing. You know what I mean? when I was younger. So not too much of that, no.
So how was your experience the first time going on a drag strip?
Let me think about that. It might have been even, I told you my dad had that Volkswagen garage, and we used to go to the drag strip. He built a couple bugs to drag racing. It was fun, you know what I mean? Like I said, the exhibition vehicles, I mean, when I ran my blown Chevy bike the first time wide open, you know, it was better than sex, you know. It probably lasted longer, too, sometimes, so it was very exciting.
How was the experience driving a jet for the first time?
That was a rush, too. Because when they first leave the line, they aren't accelerating real hard, but about mid-track, they really start coming on, you know. I had a good-sized motor in my semi, but not a real big one. So it would run 180, 190. Stopping that thing was difficult, you know. Stopping was sometimes exciting.
So you still have your jet pilot license?
I'll be honest with you. I mean, I didn't get a license till about the 7th year. I got an IHRA license. I'm not a big fan of NHRA, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I rarely watch NHRA stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm more into the nostalgia stuff.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I got a couple of buddies. There's a guy around here who runs a nostalgia funny car, Mac Attack.
Oh yeah, Mike McIntyre.
You know
yeah.
him? Yeah. He lives by me over here.
Isn't he building a big show car now?
He could be. I'm not that familiar with what he's doing at the moment.
Because I know he sold the Mac Attack car.
Okay.
And the last I heard, he was saying on Facebook he's gonna build a big show NHRA funny car.
He's gonna have to have some deep pockets, real deep.
Yeah, well, maybe he's gonna be one of those underdog guys like some of them that are out there.
I love the underdogs. I'll be cheering for him if he does. I know he's very good at nostalgia. He did very well.
Yeah, last year he did great.
Yeah. He's a sharp guy. There's a lot of guys that are very sharp and mechanically excellent drivers. They just don't have the funding, you know. How it works, I guess.
Exactly. Like there's a lot of guys that drive Aka funny cars. They said they'd love to drive Nitro, but they don't have the funding to go into Nitro.
Right.
Just like you want to do Nitro, but can't afford to do the funny car, so you're gonna do the motorcycle.
Right. I mean, I like building stuff that when we run our stuff, there's nobody in line at the concession stands. You know what I mean? Because I think people want to see me wreck or die or whatever it is. The crowd always comes to the line wherever we make a pass with the Quasimodo bike, you know. That's what I like to do, bring the people up to the line.
So now for this bike, are you going to have a crew or are you just going to be yourself?
Well, this is a crazy story. I got one kid who grew up with me. He's been my friend my whole life, Roger. And actually, when we toured with the truck and the bike last time, he was my only crew member. We went to a track. It was Wisconsin International. We showed up, the truck and the bike. The promoter came over. He says, "Hey, when you get the rest of the crew here, they can just park over there." I go, "This is my crew." It's just me and Jimmy Brewer was up there with us too. That event, I remember. They had a couple other jet cars and stuff.
So you're going to be bringing him out again?
Oh yeah. He'll be coming with me, Roger. I mean, it's a lot of work. You know, you work a full-time job, and you leave on Friday night. Head wherever you're heading to. You got to be back by Monday morning. You go to work, you know. But it's worth it. The fun is worth it.
Now, are you going to have any sponsors for the bike, or are you just going to be your pocketbook?
Well, at the moment, it's pocketbook, but we're always looking for, you know, someone to pitch in and help us out all the time. What they call marketing partners. We're always looking for that, you know. Particularly on our, you know, we're going to try to run the jet-powered bike out of Bonneville this year again. And that takes a lot of money also.
So now, what made you come up with Pennywise theme? Are you a big It fan?
No, I was in the garage working one night, and at the time, it might have been a year and a half ago, that movie came out. It was very popular, and then I somehow saw a picture of the clown. I just thought that's just popped in my head, like most of my ideas, just pop into my head. We had it at a show in Cleveland this weekend, and it seemed to be really popular. You know what I mean? Everybody recognized it, so it's always a good thing.
So which Pennywise you like better, the old one or the new one?
I'm trying to think. I'm not sure which is the old one. The one that looks very scary, or the one with the red hair? Is the red hair the new one?
Yeah, that's the new one.
No, I like the old one. The old one, much better. Much better. It's much scarier.
Yeah. So what are some of your favorite tracks to go to?
Let me think now. Obviously, Thompson, 42, Summit. I like Rockingham. I like Wisconsin International. That was a cool track. Grand Bend up in Canada. Been there a few times. Muncie over in Indiana. I'm trying to think of a couple other ones. There's one up in New York I like by Buffalo. It escapes me at the moment. I like a lot of the tracks down south. You know, they're older tracks, and there's a lot of history on them.
Yeah. So with this new bike, are you just gonna do exhibition runs and like
Right.
single passes by yourself, or are you gonna go against somebody, match race with somebody?
I'd match race anybody, but a lot of tracks frown on it. I'm sure they're going to frown on it just because of the bike itself. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy, to put it bluntly. But we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? Always open for anything.
Yep. Double Hemi fuel injected, but with Nitro.
Yeah. I've never seen one before. You know, I had seen a lot of V8 drag bikes, but I know ours was the only one that was blown, you know, and I have never seen twin V8 bikes, twin V8 motors on a bike. And I followed this stuff pretty religiously, all the exhibition vehicles.
Yeah. So when you do some testing on there, are you gonna do any video footage of it?
Yeah, I'm gonna try. Sure, you know, somebody will have a phone or a camera.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, be posting it as soon as we get it going.
So where do you get your fire suit from and all that good stuff, Mike?
Usually it's Simpson stuff on my bike. You know, it's a leather suit. There used to be a guy down in Alabama, Louis Leathers, who made a lot of the bike drag racers guys' leathers. I had that one leather for over 10 years, you know. Fortunately, I never fell off at any high speed, so.
I think you need to get Pennywise airbrushed on your helmet.
I'll send you a picture of my other helmet, and this was my bike helmet. There was a clown on it. A friend of mine did. I'll send you a picture of it. Did a cool job. Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a very good idea. On the back of my helmet, I had blood type 0 positive, no allergies, and next of kin, I had my mom's phone number. That was on the back of my helmet.
So now with this bike, how fast are you hoping that it's gonna go?
I'm looking at smoking the tire. I hope I run about a 200 mile an hour, about a 750, somewhere in there. And I want to go 200 and a quarter, so hopefully this will do it. I mean, I know it has the power and stuff to do it. It's just a matter of keeping it straight and not just killing the tire, you know. Then it hook up a little bit, but smoke it. I mean, in the old days, the top fuel cars would smoke the tire and run over 200.
Yeah. Yeah, like we said earlier, the good old days, man, when you had the big smoky burnouts.
Right. Jungle Jim, you know, the other guys do half-track burnouts and stuff.
Yeah, Chi-Town Hustler.
Chi-Town Hustler, there you go. That was the name I was looking for. Those were the days. Said we were born 10 years too late.
The dry hopping.
Yeah. That was cool stuff.
Yeah, that's what's good to see. And some of the cars in the nostalgia doing the burnouts and dry hopping.
Yeah, the people love that, you know. Love that stuff.
Like at the Funny Car Chaos events, they got guys dry hopping in there. And have you watched any of the Funny Car Chaos events online or anything?
Sometimes I watch it. There's just so much stuff to watch, and I watch a lot of the older stuff online when people post stuff like from the 70s, in the 80s, some of those old events. I love it. You know?
Have you ever been to Bakersfield?
No. I've been to California, but not racing. Farthest west I've been is the Bonneville Salt Flats.
Man, see, people like you and me, we love Nitro. We need to go to Bakersfield and experience it one of these days.
That's what they say. I have to put that on my bucket list.
Yeah.
I mean, we got that big NHRA event at Summit Motorsport. They have one of their nationals. I think maybe it's the Spring Nationals are there. You know, Force and his whole crew and all them guys come out there. They have that big night under fire at Summit. Where they get 8 funny cars in there. It's a huge event. It's very cool.
But to see 40, 50 funny cars, you know, that's...
So would I. That would be the ultimate. That would be I mean, back in the day, I think they were able to get 32 cars to a funny car event, you know?
Yeah.
That's when a couple guys could get together in the neighborhood and build a funny car, you know?
Yep.
2 or 3 guys. One guy owned the motor, one guy owned the car, one guy drive.
So now, Mike, what would you consider to be some of the milestones that you reached so far in your career?
Let's see. Well, building the first bike, you know what I mean? It was a dream I had as a kid, you know, to be able to exhibition race and try to make some money at it, and that was probably a milestone, even getting to the track the first time. Going to the Bonneville Salt Flats. That was a dream of mine. Running out there one time. And some of the people I've met, you know, meeting Doug Rose, meeting Jimmy Brewer, meeting, the Ehrmantrauts, Jack, Toby. Just meeting these people I read about as a kid. And those were thrills for me. Real thrills, you know. I met Don Garlitz, you know. Met E.J. Potter. Yeah, those are the thrills.
Any more milestones?
Let me see. Waking up this morning. That was a milestone for me.
I'm still alive.
I do that. Sometimes I say that and jump out of bed. I go, son of a bitch, I'm still alive. Time for one more day. It's crazy. God.
So after all these years of doing the drag race thing, what keeps you passionate still about this?
That's a good question. I don't know. Something inside me it loves to do this kind of stuff. I love the building of it. You know, the challenge of building something that's never been. Excuse me. The challenge of building something that's never been built, and going out and letting people enjoy it, you know what I mean, for a few minutes out of their day. They aren't thinking about all the other crazy shit that's happening in their life. They're being entertained. I like to do that. That's probably what keeps me passionate.
So when you go out on the track, do you have any pre-race rituals or superstitions when you're out there?
I have to think about that. I don't believe so. You know, I mean, I'm usually so focused on going from A to B, making sure everything's running right, and not really. I mean, I seriously believe it was something I was born to do, so I'm pretty comfortable doing it. It doesn't really scare me at all. You know, something I enjoy doing. Maybe I pray a little bit sometimes. When I went to Bonneville, I was praying a lot.
So when you first started getting into the drag racing, your father and mother were both behind you on doing this?
My father loved it, you know, and like I said, he took me out to my first drag strip, and it was something he loved to do, but he had 8 kids, so he had his priorities. But he supported me 1,000%, and my mother too. She didn't want me doing it, you know, but she supported me. She wanted us to enjoy life, you know, all our kids. Best parents anybody could ever had.
So did any of your siblings get in the racing at all?
Not so much, but like, again, when I went to Bonneville, they all came up. I got 5 brothers, and they all came. That was my crew when we went out there. They all came with me, you know. It's a funny story. I remember when I was a little kid, I beat up one of my brothers, and my dad said to me, you know, someday you're going to want your brothers to help you. And I laughed about it, didn't think nothing about it. And when we went to Bonneville, you know, they all came with me to help me. Yeah, he had predicted the future, you know, because I couldn't afford a crew to go out there. They all just came with me to help us out.
Now, do you have any kids?
I got 2 stepkids, Nick and Carrie. Very good kids, you know, because of their mother. That's why they're good kids. You know? Trust me on that. No.
They like drag racing at all?
Not really. You know what I mean? They'll go to the shows and stuff when we have it, like at a car show or something, but that's not their thing either, you know. Nick's into music. Carrie is sort of an artist. She's the one who did the Pennywise posters. And, no, they're just good adults, actually.
So you got any step-grandkids?
Yeah. I got 1, actually 3. I think about it. Sierra, she's 16. Nick just had a couple kids. One's 2, and one's still under 1 year old. And they're all beautiful.
They come out and watch you at the track?
Yeah, they have over the years. They've come out and stuff, you know. But with their own families, they got to do their own thing right now.
Yeah. So now, throughout your career so far, have you had any accidents or close calls?
Nothing major. I mean, I bounced up a couple of guardrails on the bike. I didn't have the chutes come out on the jet truck once up in Canada. Nothing major, knock on wood.
Yeah, it's a shame what happened to that Kat Muller last year with the jet crash. Man, she was so young.
I know, it's just a crazy accident. It looked like she hit the foam reflector or something. It must have hit her. It's just crazy how that happened. And what were the chances that thing would go up in the air and come back and hit her, you know?
Yeah.
Probably 1,000,000 to 1.
Then
$1 million to 1.
Then we had 3 other lady jet drivers all got in accidents last year. The ladies, I don't know what was going on with the lady jet drivers last year.
Yeah, that that was just a fluke. It had to be, obviously. You know what I mean? There aren't that many. Well, I guess there are a few of them, lady jet drivers, and all of them to have accidents like that was very, very crazy. You know, thank God it wasn't worse than it was.
Yeah, Tammy Gatlin, Shelley Siegel, and Sarah Edwards.
Yeah. Mm.
Well, Shelley's jet car got totaled, so Jerry's building a new one. So,
yeah, he's been doing it for a long time, I think, Jerry Siegel, messing with jets.
Yeah. But of course, you know, Tammy, she's got Tommy O'Brien to build her jets.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's good to have a good jet builder with you.
Good to have a what?
A good jet builder.
Yeah.
That's what.
I mean, I got a couple.
Yeah.
I've had Toby Urbatrout. He's helped me a lot on jet engine. Freddie Sibley down in Florida, he's helped me out a ton. Tim Arfons, our son, he's helped me out a ton. You got to rely on their help, you know what I mean? Surround yourself with people smarter than yourself.
Yeah, good old Freddie, man. I used to watch him all the time with my dad when I was like 4 or 5 out at Great Lakes Dragway over here in Wisconsin, and at US 30 drag ship in Indiana. Coming back down the return road with a cigar in his mouth.
Yeah. The old man, right?
Yeah.
He actually he helped me on my jet truck a lot. You know, the father did. Now his son has been helping me on the jet for my bike. So I know both of them. Very cool guys, all of them.
Yeah, I had Junior on for an interview.
Okay, he's an interesting guy.
Yeah.
How long have you been doing these interviews, Dave?
Well, the podcast started about 7 years ago. My wife started up. She started doing for music, interviewing bands and stuff. Then I sort of incorporated drag racing into it. It was called In the Pits of Metalcast when it started, like metal music. Then then it became drag racing, so we put Pits of Metal and Motorcast.
Right, I like the idea. You got to interview a lot of different people then over the years.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Oh yeah, I've had Richard Hutchins has been on twice or 3 times. I think he's on 3 times already. 2 or 3 times he's been on already.
I'm gonna have to check it out. I mean, I went back and checked a couple. I think I heard you interviewing Sarah Edwards.
Yeah.
Last night I listened to the guy from Australia with Black Satin or Black Assassin.
Yep.
Yeah, funny car.
That's a good thing about the, internet these days. You get interview people from other countries.
Oh, it's amazing, the technology nowadays, you know?
Man.
Yeah.
Back years ago we couldn't do this stuff.
No, God no.
And you didn't have Facebook and all that stuff, so
Right.
It was mostly like commercials on the radio and physical flyers getting out there and all that stuff for the races.
Right. And you got to know about that stuff if you want to promote yourself, try to keep up with all that.
Yep. So now, besides drag racing, do you have any other hobbies, Mike?
Well, I like listening to lectures on an iPad. I like Alan Watts. I like listening to just different people talk. And then Paul Hederman I like listening to. That's what I do. That's what I'm doing at the moment. I like to read a lot. So
you get into politics at all?
No. No, thank you. You know what I mean? No, thank you.
Like my wife, she's political, man. Yeah, I'm sure you see like her tagging me all the time and different stuff all the time about politics all the time.
Yeah. No, I don't follow it. I mean, it's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
Not my cup of tea.
So you support the president, though?
Sure. Why not? The one thing I like about this Trump guy, he's not a career politician. That's all I'll really say about it. You know what I mean? It's seems like the same people, the same people always get elected year after year, and I don't know. But it's up to the individual, you know what I mean? You make your own life.
Yeah,
That's how I look at it.
Yeah, he's a businessman.
Right. It doesn't seem like you need the job, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's why he's in there for no paycheck, so.
Right.
I think we would have been a lot worse with Hillary in there.
Probably, but I wouldn't even know. I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, I'm surprised I woke up this morning.
So have you won any trophies or plaques or any kind of that good stuff throughout your career?
Not really, because I was never in competition, you know what I mean? Our thing was to actually get paid to come to the track. That's how we were able to do it, as an exhibition vehicle. We signed contracts that would give us such and such amount of money to make 2 or 3 passes, and that's how we could afford to do it, for a number of years. You couldn't make a living doing it. We couldn't, but I couldn't eat a trophy, you know what I mean?
So do you ever go to car shows?
Car shows?
Yeah, you put any of your cars in car shows ever?
Yeah. Like I said, we just had the Pennywise at the Cleveland Piston and Power Show. We've been invited to 2 other shows here in the next month. We're going to go to a couple bike shows. People have contacted us. And it's fun to meet people and talk to them,
So now, if you were able to do the time traveling thing and go back in time, would you do anything different with the racing career?
I'd do anything different. Probably not. You know what I mean? I wouldn't change nothing in my life, to be honest with you.
All right. So what's your favorite food to eat?
What's my favorite? Broccoli. Yeah, you heard me. Broccoli. Don't ask me why. For some reason, I like broccoli.
I love steamed broccoli.
Yeah. There you go.
I love steamed cauliflower. Sometimes I like both together, but broccoli, cauliflower steamed together. Yum, man.
There you go. That's another one of my favorites. I don't know why that is. It's how this body works.
Yeah. So what's your favorite?
I'm not a vegetarian.
Yeah, you just love broccoli.
I just love broccoli.
So what's your favorite beverage you drink?
Right now I'm drinking a Red Bull, which I know is bad for me, but I drink those too often.
Now, you drink alcohol at all?
No. It caused me a lot of problems.
So when you're at
We'll just say don't do drugs.
When you're at the track, you drink Red Bull?
No, well, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Whatever's in front of me, I'll drink. To be honest with you.
So, what's your favorite movie of all time?
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
That's a good old classic.
Yeah, it is. That's always been my favorite movie.
Now, what's your favorite music to listen to?
For a number of years, I listened to country. Recently, I don't know. For some reason now, I'm sort of going back to old rock and roll again. I don't know why. But I am. Crazy. Yeah, for a number of years, I was a country fan.
Well, the rock and roll goes good with the drag racing.
Yeah, it does. It does. That's for sure.
Okay, now, when you were way back when you were a youngster, what was your favorite cartoon?
Roadrunner and Coyote.
And how about a TV show? Did you have a favorite TV show when you were young?
MASH.
Good old MASH with Alan Alda. Yep.
Oh, God. Hey, great writers in that show.
Yeah. So when you're at the track, how do you eat at the track? You eat regularly, or do you eat very light on a day of?
I probably don't eat at all during my racing. You know what I mean?
You wait till the end of the night.
Yeah, wait till the end of the night or driving home or something. We'll get something to eat.
Okay, what's been your most embarrassing moment on a track?
Let's see. We drove down to Birmingham, Alabama one time with my bike. Got all the way down there, staged the bike at the line, and transmission went out on it. You know, just drove 800 miles. People, the track was packed, and it didn't move. I couldn't fix it. I had to pull the transmission apart and stuff, so that was kind of embarrassing. But it happens, you know.
Yeah.
That was the only time we ever missed an event.
Yep. So, what would you consider to be the fondest memory of your career?
Going to Bonneville, running the jet bike the first time. After my father had passed away the year previous, you know what I mean? Because he was very into that. It was something we were doing for him. And just making it out there and making a pass. Every time he was with me at the drag strip, he would come with us a lot too, you know, around locally. Being with him was a very fond memory. Very fond.
So, what was the fastest pass you ever made with the jet?
It would run up between 180, 190. It'd run in the low eights. It was a big jet. I didn't have a real big motor in it, but it put on a good fire show. That's what we would always sell, our fire show, you know.
Right.
That's what people want to see, the fire. When you get 20-foot flames coming out of our stacks, you know.
Yeah, that reminds me of the guy that's up here in Wisconsin, Dave Motter, with his Dragon's Fire jet pickup. He doesn't go real fast, but he puts on a damn big fire show.
Right. That's what the people want to see.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with that truck, right.
So now, if people that are listening to the interview want to see where you're going to be taking the bike to, what's the best way to follow you?
Call me. Call my phone number.
What if they don't know your phone number?
So I'll give it to you right now. You ready? If you got a pencil in your hand. Oh, you know, go to YouTube. Let me think. Now, I'll give you my phone number. 440-622-7559. That's for Mike.
Okay, so there you go, people. Just call Mike and ask him.
He'll tell you where we're going to be at. Yeah. Or make me a friend on Facebook, Mike Charlton, East Lake, Ohio. There's a lot of stuff on there. There's a lot of videos of us on YouTube.
What's the name of the YouTube channel?
My channel is, I think it's 12 Charlton or Charlton 12. I can never remember what it is. I think it's 12 Charlton.
I'll look into it, and if I find it, I'll put the link up on that event page on Facebook that I made for your interview.
That'd be cool, Dave. I appreciate it.
So how important do you think it is for kids to come out to the drag race tracks?
I think it's important for them to get out of the house, you know what I mean? Expand your horizons. There's more to life than video games, you know? It's just a wonderful sport. It's fun. It challenges you mentally, physically, emotionally. It's important for kids to come out. Have their parents to bring the kids out. That's what's important. Parents that bring the kids. If you love drag racing, bring your kids.
Yep.
You know, let them catch the bug like we've caught it.
Yep. Exactly. So, you have any final words?
I appreciate you interviewing me, Dave. I think you're doing a great job, and I'll let you know when we're going to test the bike. I'll keep you posted.
Sounds good to me, brother.
All right, Dave. Thanks again, and thanks everybody for listening. I'll be in touch with you guys.
All right, Mike. You have a great night.
All right, you too, man. Be cool.
All right, bye.